Hey y'all, Moses here. Welcome back to the first 48 hours of Tarkov. We're already on part number 3. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts, I do recommend you go back and watch them. I think they've got some good information. Today we're going to be focusing more on general tips and tricks and some of the things I wish I had thought about or known when I was doing my first playthrough. Well, it is still my first playthrough, it's my first wipe, but so just things I wish I'd known a couple of weeks ago that I'd like to pass on to you, the brand new player. Again, thank you guys for all the likes and the support on the previous video. Likes and comments and subscriptions all really do help driving the videos and makes my life easier. So if you have it in your hearts, consider it. Anyway, let's jump right in to today's video. All right, so let's take a look at the different weapon choices, and we're going to talk about builds. We'll start with the guns first, and then we'll talk about just my preference or what I used when I was leveling. Now, mileage may vary. You know, weapons are definitely personal choice, and really weapons are just a vessel for the ammo they're shooting. So it really depends on the cost of the ammo, your bank account, the amount of revenue you're generating aside from your main raids, that kind of thing. So let's talk about the weapon choices first, and I'll talk about my preferences. The first one is the SKS. You get this Prepare level 1, accessible right out of the gate. 22,000 for the gun, and it's a top load, so you don't have to buy any extra magazines. You can just put the gun, put a sight on it, and then top load the magazine. The issue with the SKS right now is that you have the choice between essentially PS ammo and BP ammo. And BP would be my recommendation considering how many geared players there are running around right now. And BP ammo, because it's locked behind a quest line on Prepare, that you probably won't finish until you're unless you rush the Punisher series, you probably won't finish until you're like level 30. Can be quite expensive, and the markups are high for BP ammo because not everyone has access to it, and it's not a level requirement, it's a quest requirement. The other gun that Prepare sells that you'll be using a lot, and you should be using a lot, is the Mosin. The Mosin rifle shoots sniper rifle rounds. They can drop players, even with the baseline, the LPS rounds. Can drop a player very easily with a well-placed headshot, and because of the later quests requiring sniper skills, specifically up to level 7, I think it would be good for you guys to use this as a lower level player, because I still use it. I use the Mosin all the time, especially when I just want to go out and have some fun on woods and just snipe per se. Go out there and use this thing. You can get different rounds for it. The SNB rounds you can make in the hideout. Generally speaking, this is like a very reliable performer to the point where I think people think it's a little overpowered. So the Mosin is a great choice, not too much more expensive than the SKS at this level, and that's what I'd recommend. The other one that I would recommend, and this is something that I think would be my preference looking back, is the VPO 101 Hunter. This is from, I think, can you buy this from Jaeger level 1? No, so you'll have to wait until you level Jaeger up a little bit. I think level 2 Jaeger gets you the Vepr Hunter, but you can buy it on the flea market, not too expensively. So I would say between the choices at this level, which would be the OPSKS or the Hunter, I would say the Hunter would be your best choice because the rounds, the M80 and M62 rounds are quite powerful. M80 is like a very reliable performer. Again, you can 2 or 3 shot most players with M80. And if you end up using M62 rounds, it's like you can one-shot a lot of players too, considering your aim. So with the Hunter, you can put 10-round mags. I would suggest using 10-round magazines with the Hunter. You want to leave yourself some room for error. 5-round magazines, just don't do it. You don't want to be hitting a reload on this thing if you're whiffing shots, or you're going to end up losing that fight. So get the 10-round mags and be prepared for a very ugly-looking gun when you have a sight with the mount on there, because it doesn't look very good. The OPSKS, same thing there. If you do prefer that platform and don't mind paying the extra money for BP rounds, OPSKS can be customized to your heart's content. You can make this thing as tricked out as you want with the flea market. The Hunter not so much, which is why I kind of like it. It's simple. You put the bullets in the gun. You go out there and you can really take down geared players or really anybody you come across. So if you guys want like a full auto option, I would then again look at the AK variants. Not so much the AKM again because of the BP rounds, but the AKS is good if you're playing factory. You need a little bit more portability, some movement speed, or the AK-74N or AK-74 variants. You can choose your poison there, but these are all Really great choices. The ammo, there's a lot of different availabilities for ammo. You can get BP rounds, BT rounds, all the way up to BS, and then 7N39 if you really want the top end. But you can slowly trick this thing out. If you're surviving your raids, you can run it with just a sight. Again, just the AKs are kind of the bread and butter for the automatics as you're leveling, and that's what I would recommend. 5.56 platform, if you're into that kind of stuff, is just a bit rough in general, because the ammo, the top end ammo, is very expensive. It sells out on the traders all the time. There's not too much available at the level 1, maybe level 2. You might start getting some access to some stuff like the M4. But M4 platforms is gonna bankrupt you. I would not recommend it as a new player. I don't even use 5.56 now. I got lots of money in the bank, but there's just nothing worse than spending 1,000 rubles a round for 995 at the top end, compared to BS rounds and 7N39 for the AKs. If you're running factory, again, close quarters, the MPX is a fast fire rate. A lot of good choices there, but realistically, considering the maps you're playing, like customs, woods, shoreline, interchange, like they're all relatively larger maps, and SMGs, while they have a place in the game, are really kind of a secondary weapon in my opinion. So sticking to those DMR variants that I mentioned at the beginning will get you some mileage. That's what I use. It is personal preference, but you really just have to think about the ammo type that you're going to be using and how much money you'll have to spend on ammo to use the gun you want, and kind of use that to motivate your decision making when it comes to choosing a weapon. Now, when it comes to armor, this one's actually really easy. This helmet right here, I talked about it in the very first video, this 17,000 ruble helmet, the SSH 68, or the penis helmet, whatever you want to call it. This is the helmet you should be wearing all the time until you're getting up to the later unlocks with traders that give you access to like the ULAC and some of these other helmets, the AWCH, the LZSH. Like these are all great helmets, but honestly, if I have a choice, unless I have to wear a face shield, I'm picking this helmet every single time. It's economical. It's got a high ricochet chance. It can and will save your life, and it's just a great economical choice no matter where you are in the game. The other thing that I'd like to mention is ears. You have to wear ears in this game. Hearing is paramount. The contacts might not be your favorite sound signature, but they are the cheapest, and they will save your life. Use contacts unless you're going completely budget, and they work with pretty much every helmet in the game. So definitely consider those. And once you get them unlocked, the Tac Sport Pros Tac Sports are my preference, just due to the sound signature. When it comes to armor, you actually have a couple of new choices. I'm actually going to bring this back down to level 1. Obviously, the soft armor is going to be your first choice, but when you're going against players, you know that this stuff, you might as well be wearing loose leaf paper. So once you get to the second level for Ragman, I'm not sure when you start getting... so Ragman level 2. This is actually... this armor right here, the 6B3 TM. I wore this armor for like 20 straight levels. I did not stop wearing this armor. It's a tactical rig, so you don't need to wear additional body armor. It has some... I'll just buy one here so I can show you what it looks like. It has some good storage options as well. It's like a memorable storage option, so it's not hard to forget. This is what it looks like on your character. So you have basically a couple of slots for mags, a couple of single slots for nades, meds, whatever you want to put in there. Loose rounds, depending if you're using the SKS. It's a class 4 armor, so it'll do a very good job of protecting you against scavs and players. Players using bad rounds will not penetrate this armor very well. It has some decent repairability, so if you are surviving, you can repair it quite well. This is the armor. This is the armor you want to be using at this stage of the game. This is the armor I still use to this day if I am trying to do a quest that I don't want to throw money at. How you choose your armor, even though this is 47K compared to even the double pack, the 27K, it's all about armor class. Unless you're doing money runs or you're really in rough shape, I would recommend this guy right here. This is the best bang for buck that you're going to get from armor. And considering Ragman level 2 is relatively accessible, I can't recall what the level requirement is there, but as you level, once you get access to this thing, use it. There's no better combination than this and the helmet and some contacts and a hunter. That is pure budget right there, and it'll get you a lot of mileage. I was using this armor all the way through till like level 33, level 35. And then I started using, you know, better armor than that, just considering my bank account at the time. So if you were to look at what my preferred loadout would be, it would be this armor, the helmet, and I'll just quickly build one here for you. So I just slapped this together. This is the grinder loadout. This is the save for the tri-zip, which I just had equipped. You can use whatever bag you want. This was my go-to loadout when I was leveling or doing quests or just doing really anything on customs or what have you. So you have the hunter. Right now I have the Axion Cobra mount on there. I think that's the most economical mount you can use. You can put a Valde on there. It's going to look really goofy, but if you're killing scavs on woods for those quests, no better choice. Unless you want to use the Mosin, of course. But you can also put on a regular sight on there. I just had the holo sight kicking around. I would recommend the PK06. And there's another mount that I think that just came out. I'm not sure if this one would be a better choice. It is more expensive. But if you slap the low profile mount on there, this might look a little bit better. So I'm going to actually keep these in the bag. I think I should be able to hot swap these. Let's jump into the whole hideout and see how that bad boy looks. So that actually looks quite a lot better. It's still pretty chunky looking, but I think it is better than the other option here. Let's swap that out. Yeah, so that is significantly worse. So you can see what I mean by just how gross this thing looks with the sight on there. But the ADS speed isn't too bad. You know, not the worst ergo in the world. And shoot relatively accurately. It's a loud gun, makes a lot of noise, but it'll drop people as well. So you can't really spam it, but if you place your shots in a relatively non-psychopathic manner, you should be able to take people down with the hunter relatively easily. So I would recommend then just kind of go over the two options. The SVD low. This guy is about 12,000 off trader. I have access to it at mechanic, but for comparison, the Cobra mount is at least half the cost. Yeah, so it's 5,900. I would recommend the Cobra unless you want that look, that better looking gun that doesn't take up quite as much of your screen, which I can completely understand. I think this would be a good investment if you are going to be rocking those budget builds for quite some time. So that kind of does it for the loadout stuff. This is going to be feeling out personal preference stuff. Check out the different guns, test them in offline mode, make sure you're getting the right feel for everything, and eventually you'll find the loadout that you like to enjoy while you level. So I wanted to let this gameplay run in the background while I covered off some of the tips portions. Now, it's not really broken down into any real categories or anything like that, just more so some things I've picked up along the way. The first thing is about hesitation. There's a lot of hesitating that happens in a game that's this tense. I've done it a lot in the past, and I've died because of it. If you think you see someone, shoot them. If it's a player scav, shoot them. If it's a player, shoot them. Do not hesitate. Don't, unless you're like far away or in cover, like, you know, obviously use your brain. But if you notice a player and you think he might have noticed you, don't just pause like a deer in headlights and wait and see what they do. If there's any danger at all, unleash and do yourself a favor and reposition. Try and get those shots down range, get them on target, and if you don't have a confirmed kill, reposition. Don't stay in the same place after you fired some shots. All the attention coming from enemies will be focused laser focused rather on that location. So move around, counter flank, move back all the way away. Just try and get out of harm's way if you can. And try and keep a cool head when you're in these engagements. Similarly, don't stinge on ammo available. This clip is a great example. I've got BP ammo. It's expensive. I'm using the SKS. And I've got all my extra mags in my gamma container because I didn't want to lose them. And you'll see here in a couple of seconds when I run out of ammo, I have, like, luckily a guy who didn't have an automatic weapon or I would have been very dead. But hesitation is a big one. Don't hesitate. Same thing with players approaching you. If they know where you are, don't know where you are, don't let them get the peek on you. There is a big peeker's advantage in this game. I'll splice in a clip to show you just how bad it can be. Don't be reactive to players. You know, try and take the first step. Step out. Be proactive. Get out there and try and make sure that you're not losing because some guy flies around a corner and kills you before you can react. Easy. And when it comes to engagements and dealing with players, it's all about learning. You're gonna lose a lot of these fights. I lose them all the time still, but just stay aggressive. If you think you've got the advantage, just keep pressing and try and make sure that you're locking down those kills before anything horrible happens. And you can see right here something also not to do. Don't loot your kills right away. Stop for a second. Make sure there's not a third guy. I kind of caught myself, kind of. I think it's safe because I've got a duo partner, but or at least I had one up until he died about a second ago. But don't loot your kills right away. Don't focus on loot first. Stop, take a look around, make sure there's no one else encroaching, and then you will survive most likely a little bit more. All right, so that's it. That is the part 3 in a nutshell. I wanted to keep this one a little bit more focused on just a fewer amount of things because I think I kind of spread out into lots of different topics last time. So there is one more video to go I'd like to make in this series before we cap it off. So hopefully your next 12 hours of Tarkov are not too punishing and you're learning all the right lessons without too much heartbreak. If you have any questions, feel free to drop by the live stream. I stream every single day on both Facebook and Twitch. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/WTFMoses. And of course on Twitch at twitch.tv/WTFMoses. You can follow me on Twitter. You have all the links. I've said this all in the past. I want to know what you guys think should go into the last video. There's a couple of ideas I have for the kind of send off end of the Bambi Road and then into maybe more advanced guides after that. But leave a comment down below. Like I said at the beginning, it does help the channel a lot. So I really do appreciate that. And hopefully I can get some good ideas from you guys as well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, I'll see you out there.